everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Katie and this is Flosstube episode number 11. By the time this video gets uploaded, it will be Sunday, December 17th. And I just have a little bit to share with you guys. I just wanted to get on here and do this video for you guys, I guess. I guess that's pretty straightforward, right? So, yes, this is my Flosstube channel where I talk about the crafts and projects I've been working on. Sometimes I'll talk to you about my books that I've been reading, other things like that. Kind of, it's my channel. I talk about what I want to talk about. And today I want to talk to you about the projects I've been working on for the past 2 weeks. Pretty standard Flosstube format. So yeah, let's dive in. I do have a beverage today, of course. It's kind of can't have Flosstube without coffee, I think. It's nice to have, and I got my fancy mug today. Fancy mug and some yummy coffee. Okay, so, what have I been working on? I do not have any finishes. Not surprising there. I do have a new start. I'm going to show you. Out onto the needle. So this is my start. Look at that. Isn't that just like really amazing and impressive? Yes, my wee start on Maple Lane by the Frosted Pumpkin. I'm in danger of becoming solely a Frosted Pumpkin stitcher. Nope, there goes the paperclip. This is the cover photo, and good. So this is the cover photo of Maple Lane. It's a cute little like street market scene. The stitching that I just showed you is this coffee machine here, which I thought was a little fitting, because I do like to start in the center. However, one of the things that I've kind of been running into and why I haven't done a lot more is this is my first time stitching on linen, not on anything Aida. And it is my first time stitching, it's a thread on the back side, stitching over 2. This fabric is a 30 count linen, probably. It was thrifted and gifted by a member in Michelle Bendy Stitchy's Discord community server, and there's a barter, and she sent this very nice lady sent me this fabric, and so I'm working on it, but it's a little tricky. It's not as intuitive for me, and I thought I might use this opportunity to pose a question because Googling has not yielded very good results. My question is, I'm finding it's hard when to go from, I just got lip gloss on the fabric. If you're new here, this is what you can expect. Chaos and crafts. So that probably should be my tagline, but I think it's already being used by someone else. So I was working bottom to top, but I'm finding that when my next stitch is directly above the stitch I just stitched, that doesn't seem to work. Do you have to go top to bottom? Because with Aida, I could just like pierce the fabric and it wasn't the best, but it worked just fine. So now I'm kind of wondering, like, does that approach work on linen? Does it not? I don't know how I'm going to do this because the next stitch goes right there. It's really tiny. And so I may have to reevaluate and do starting from the corner, use a ruler and just start at the top left and go down and around or something. Am I crazy? Is that the only way? Because I'm a bit stumped and I feel kind of dumb, but Nothing on the internet has indicated that you can or can't one way or the other, but I mean, that's kind of what it seems like. So that's why that has just a few dozen stitches in it. So yeah, that is a 30 count linen, and I'm just using the called for DMC. Oh, and I did want to show you, if I can not have everything else fall off of where I have it stashed. I'm using, this is just from Joann's. I was kind of impressed that they had this. It says glass ceilings are made to be broken. So, right on. Yes. Okay. Next for my whips, I have, of course, done with that, Vintage Simplicity. I don't really have cool project bags in general. These are just the totes you get at the checkout at Joann's. And if you want me to share them, I can start doing that. I do think they're quite cute and affordable and functional. So that's how I like things. So, Vintage Simplicity. I have had a bit of a mental block on this one. I think that's good. So, and I don't know why, but I think I'm just more excited about other things. But I have made a good bit of progress. I've gotten all the way up to as far as I can go on this chunk here. There's a couple, any of these bare spots you see are white stitches with white thread. And I kind of hate doing that on white Aida. Like, I'm going to fill them in. There's some down here that need to be filled in with white too. But for some reason, the last thing I ever want to do is white thread on white Aida. So I'm saving it for last. I'm not sure if that's a really good idea or not, but I just can't bring myself to do it right now. So I'm not. So I've started, it's very light, kind of a lightish gray here. And I've actually kind of jumped over, and it's going to connect up there. Let me show you. I will show you the cover for this one too. For anyone who has not seen this a million times before in my other floss tubes. It's a Dimensions kit. It's called Vintage Simplicity. This was a pattern that was released as like a collaboration with Simplicity Fabrics for their 90th anniversary, which I want to say was in like 2012 or something like that. So it's some vintage kind of like 50s new look kind of ladies. And this is going to be a gift for my mom eventually. And so this is totally her thing. She's a sewist. She's a fantastic seamstress. So this is the kind of thing she would like. So that's why I'm doing it. And then the thing that has been taking most of my time, my crafty time these days, because I do feel a little bit of a deadline with this, even though, you know, Lord knows when I'm going to get together with my friends and do Christmas gifts. But for once, I would not like to be like months behind on this stuff. So, and that is one of the Christmas patterns I showed you last time, and I'm going to put up a disclaimer. Angela, if you're watching, you might want to just turn your screen around or come back later. You know, you can skip ahead. I will tell you when it's safe to look again. So yes, this is a Christmas present for my friend Angela that I just mentioned. And it's called Christmas Chaos. And it's turning out so cute, you guys. I was determined to get this little guy done last night. So I got a good couple hours of stitching, which I I'm kind of coming to realize that I don't need my Netflix to stitch, because I find myself standing, like sitting there, like while I'm watching, you know, something interesting on the, you know, some dramas going on in Virgin River or what have you. So I'm getting a little better about just getting rid of distractions. You know, it's like I'm getting smarter. So I'd say I'm about halfway done with this. I like doing it. It's a very satisfying and easy stitch. And I'll put in the cover picture of this. I did make a couple of changes because the red that was called for was actually quite pink. And then these characters, I'm trying not to spoil too much. Who knows? But the red stocking here and then the red lights were called for in a DMC color that was quite pink leaning. And it was pretty. And for one thing, it didn't look like the cover picture, which I know is fine. I don't care about that, but it just wasn't Christmassy enough for me for some reason, and it bugged me. So I undid all of that and all of the small red ones. It didn't take me too long, and I'm really glad I did. And the other thing is, these characters were called for in like a very dark gray and not black. I don't know if that was an accident or not, but this is the color that those were called for in. And I don't think that's right. Like, I just feel like this was supposed to be 310. And I don't understand what happened with that conversion there. I'm just kind of scratching my head on that. But that was an easy fix. I have tons of 310. So that was super easy. And I'm really glad I did that and not just... You know, I think this is the first time I've ever changed the color in a pattern. Super basic, but it does make me a little more comfortable kind of customizing things, which is great. And for my friend, she would definitely, I know she would want these to be in 310 and not gray. So I'm having fun working on this. It kind of alleviates some guilt of not working on Christmas presents. So there is a little bit of that going on. And then, so when I do finish it, I'm going to do like the flat fold that's suggested in the magazine. And I should be able to handle that pretty well. I'm probably going to like wrap it around some cardboard or something. And then the back, to put on the back, I got this cute pop print fabric. It's going to be perfect. I'm super duper excited. Really just having a grand old time over here. Oh, yeah, and so one of the things about that project is I have been tracking it in my Notion app. Well, it's on my web browser, but according to my very scientific method of highlighting and then counting stitches and then putting them in a calculator and summing everything up, that is about 500 stitches. This is 504 stitches over about 7 whole stitching days, which I'm not sure if that's good or fast or what, but I'm making good progress on it. I still got time to get that and then my other friend's Christmas present done. So yeah, that is, it's called Christmas Chaos. I don't remember if I said that. It is by Maria Warmke of the Stitcherhood. I don't know if it's more than one person involved with that or if that's just her thing, but that is from the Just Cross Stitch Ornaments magazine from this year. And I'm really enjoying it. It was just perfect. So that is it for cross stitch. I was kind of kicking myself because Wednesday was December 13th and I didn't do any dark 13 stitching. I actually ended up knitting that night, and I really wished I'd picked up one of my spooky projects because they've been kind of languishing. But I'll get it next time. All right, so next is knitting. Let's get that out of the way. Grab the project bag. So next on knitting, this is going to be a pretty short episode. I think I do have something to go to after this. It's my nephew's birthday party, so I'm going to go have fun with that. Okay, knitting is $5 in Paris, and I'm going to take off that stitch marker because it's going to fall off if I don't. So, I have finally gotten to the end of the 2x2 rib on the waist, the bottom of the bottom of the sweater, basically. So all I have to do is, oh gosh, yes, there's way more ends than these to be for this project. So yeah, in knit night last week, I got the 2x2 rib finished, finally. So I think last time I had about an inch left until I was going to be ready. And then what I'm going to do next is bind it off. I'm going to have a video tutorial for a stretchy bind off. So I'm going to give that a try. And I'm definitely going to want to do that for the cuffs of the sleeves. Most definitely. And so this is, y'all, this is a long time coming. I don't know what, I get hung up. I don't know. Things just kind of sit there for some reason, but it is what it is. And I am excited. One of the things I noticed when I was trying to, like, you know, measure and compare, like, am I ready to bind off and all of that, is that my stitching on this is so much looser than when I did the collar ribbing. Like, it is quite, yeah, I think you can kind of see the difference. I hope it's not too noticeable when I'm wearing it and stuff. It's probably going to be stretched right over my hips, so that's going to make it look even more stretched. Okay. So that is $5 in Paris, and then I'm going to be on Sleeve Island for a bit. I still think I'm going to do 3/4 sleeves, because I just think for that style of pattern of sweater, that will look really cute. This is a very old printout, but that's what the cover photo of the pattern looks like. I could maybe do short sleeves on this. You know, it doesn't get that cold in Georgia, so I could probably get away with it. But I'll try it on and see how it goes. And I think I'll try it on once I do the bind off, and I will take a picture and document it for posterity. Okay, guys, and then the next project that I've been actively working on is my grandpa cardigan, which is kind of misleading because I'm still working on the swatch. And if you're someone who knows me in real life, then you're probably going to laugh at me, but where? This side is the front. This is the front. This is my gauge swatch. And you might be thinking, well, Katie, that looks different, or not so different from last time because it's not more stitching. I have ripped it out and restarted this like 4 times. And I will tell you why. Couple reasons. The instructions are to swatch it over the cable pattern. and I did some digging, and on some Ravelry forum, she says, just do one of the back panels. And so that's what I did. And I had originally had like a garter stitch border to, usually I do that because stockinette stitch curls so bad, and it's hard to tell what, it's just easier when it doesn't curl to measure. But I kind of freaked out because I didn't want to run out of yarn. And I could maybe like bind this off loosely and unpick it. But I just had this like panic in the back of my head that I was going to run out of yarn. And I have over 1,400 yards. So rationally, I know that that is unlikely. But I just couldn't like stop myself from being like, I'm going to do this as efficiently as possible and make sure that I don't waste any yarn and that kind of thing. Because this was kind of like a limited release from Treehouse Knits. She did just do like the extras from this run of the favorites collection. I think I missed it though. I don't really have the funds to be buying extra skeins for this when I have no idea if I am going to run out at this rate. So I just couldn't make myself do it. And this is, I refuse to start the swatch over again though. It's actually on the edge is one of the cables. There's 4x4 front and back cables. See, this yarn has got like the best stitch definition. I'm gonna see. I think that's gonna be it. So yeah, there's my swatch. I do have plans. I have scheduled actually a private session with an Instructure at one of the knitting stores downtown. I have a lot of questions and anxieties about it. And the funny thing is, so this is, I think I told you I always print things out, which might be problematic, but I just do, and one of the things is with a cable pattern, I'm having a hard time telling if I'm getting gauge. It still has to be wet blocked anyway, so I'm not even anywhere near from trying to measure if I'm getting gauge, but that's one of the things I want this gentleman to help me with. And then also a lot of this is charts. And then just, I need help making heads or tails of all of this. Like, I know Joji Locatelli is a hugely successful designer, and she would not be if her patterns were complicated. But I just want a little hand-holding with this one, I want to be able to do the hard things and the complicated patterns and new techniques and all of that. And so a very small investment, I think will help with that. At least it'll make me feel better. Yeah, I don't know. And I had a PTO that I had to use before the end of the year anyway. So that's what I'm doing next Friday on the 22nd. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a great day. Okay, so that is it for whips. Rambly as usual, but that's probably not surprising. And so the only other thing to really talk about, everyone, is some plans for the future. So the next thing to discuss on the agenda is plans. I do have another Christmas present pattern to start for a friend of mine. And that paw print pattern fabric that I showed you before is also going to be used for backing this one. So what it is a pair of, they're like Christmas ornament size, and they're little ferrets wearing Santa hats. And I will, of course, insert like the cover page from the pattern. I got it off of Etsy from a designer called La Selva Designs. They were cute and affordable and perfect for my ferret loving friend. And I'm sorry if you've been spoiled, ferret lover, but it is what it is. So I wanted to talk about this in my channel, and so I did. I don't know if they even watch these, so maybe I'll find out now. That's kind of it. The only other thing that I am planning is to make more time for my diamond painting, because I finally, we are working on getting this room a little bit more functional. We both have our desks in here. I sit there when I do my day job, and then we finally got some shelves, kind of, not those, they're there, they're like that, kind of configured more functionally, and then we got a TV put in on that wall, the back wall back there, because it was sitting on the floor, so we had to do something with it, I guess. And it just kind of made me feel like I don't have to, like, it was a big thing of, like, bringing the DP out, unrolling it, like, dragging the table, the card table into the other room so I could sit there and have a TV show going while I'm diamond painting. And that is very much a me problem, but it was kind of, a bit of a hassle to get it set up every time. And so now it can stay in one place in that corner over there and not have to be like disassembled every time instead of having to drag it into the other bedroom. So all that to say, planning on scheduling more diamond painting. I did do a little bit last week, and I feel like it's really close. Like I've got like 1 and a bit rows left. I will put in a picture of where I'm at. Editing, Katie, do not forget to take a picture, because I'm pretty bad about that. But yes, that is something I need to make a point to do, and as well as the book nooks, because it's been sitting in our dining room for a while, and it turns out that I just don't want to work on it down there. So we're going to bring it up here and work on it on the craft table back there. I'll move my DP out of the way before I bring out the wood glue for that, though, because that would be a catastrophe. So that is everything that I have going on, everyone. I really appreciate you all stopping in and catching up with me. If you enjoyed this video, please consider commenting, liking, and subscribing so you don't miss any updates. And I will see you all real soon in the next video.